What do you say, guys? What a wonderful day. And I want to thank Coach Miles and the LSU family for allowing me to be a coach here. What a great opportunity for me and my family to come back home to represent the great coaches that have coached before us, the great players, to represent the great state of Louisiana and all the surrounding areas. I look forward to be able to coach these young men, to develop them into the great defensive lines that we used to see at LSU. And also going out and recruit the great state of Louisiana. I can't wait to go out tomorrow and recruit with that big LSU on my chest, man. I just can't wait to do it. But I really appreciate Coach Miles. He's been recruiting me for a while, and I knew we was going to end up together. And Frank Wilson just had a great recruiting meeting. We're set. I'm looking forward to working with Coach Steele, Corey Raymond, and all the coaches on the staff. I feel like I'm at home. And just what a great tradition. I remember passing across that bridge many a times, wanting to be in that stadium. And I can't wait to be in that stadium and represent the state of Louisiana.
Coach, I know you've referenced the possibility of coming to LSU as a dream scenario. In what ways, now that you are here, has it come to fruition, a dream come true?
Well, it's a place I always wanted to coach. You know, you grew up in Louisiana, South Louisiana, watching LSU. I watched around the F State, my cousin, watched all the great guys that played here, and just to be able to be in Tiger Stadium. I brought Ole Miss down here. I tried to beat Coach Miles. He beat me in overtime. It was a tough game, but, you know, it's just a tremendous place to play. And, you know, I wanted to go test my skills around the country, but I knew when I got older that I want to come back home and represent the state of Louisiana. My family lives in Mandeville. Just what a great opportunity for all of us. I'm very appreciative of it.
You are known as a recruiter. Kevin just touched on it. It's a group effort, but so often you've been that lead dog, and now it seems like you have a pack of dogs. I guess just what kind of asset will that be for you? And then secondly, your coaching style is enthusiasm. It is energy. Do you feel that's something that the program can always use regardless of where it's at?
Well, you know, everybody's got to coach their style, and that's the way I am. And I've always been a part of a group that supplies some energy. I think the players are going to play the way you're going to coach them, and we're going to play with an exciting style, getting after the quarterback, having fun, being an attacking, aggressive defensive line. But, you know, I learned a long time ago that if you want to be a great coach, get great players. So I'm going out and get me some great players tomorrow. We have some great players here. And along with being some great recruiters, along with Coach Miles, I just think it makes us better, and it's a collective effort to get a championship team at LSU.
Where does this LSU crop of defensive linemen compare to maybe the talent you've coached in the past, and how do you assess what's already on campus?
Well, it's early. I don't know. I haven't worked with them yet. I know they have a talented group, but I'm here to develop them and get them better, and we'll see.
This has been a long process between the end of the season for LSU and this day. Were there a lot of ups and downs for you? Or were you wondering, because your name has been mentioned, several times in this whole process? Emotionally, was there a lot of wondering what's going to happen?
Well, it's a school that I wanted to come to, no doubt, and I was waiting for this opportunity. I didn't know if it was going to happen, and then when it did happen, I took it. They asked me if I could be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. I said I'll be there. My clothes was packed, and I left this morning. It didn't take me long to get here, and being off for 13 months, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the game of football, how much you enjoy it, how much you enjoy the grind, how much you enjoy the players, how much you enjoy the recruiting, how much you miss Saturdays, how much you miss Sundays, how much you just miss totally being with a football team and being part of a collective effort.
Coach Steele, mentioned the text from one of his former players saying, Coach Orgeron, great hire and stuff like that. What do you think of just the fanfare that you're already getting? I mean, people are treating this like a celebrity hire, like you're a celebrity, coming back on the staff.
Yeah, I got to produce. Listen, I came here to represent LSU, be a part of a great staff, and all I want to be is part of a team, one heartbeat. And I realize that the people of Louisiana are excited I'm here. I'm also excited. There's some great coaches in the staff. I want to be a part of a great team and a great winning effort.
Since you were off this year, did you have much of a chance to observe LSU this year during the season? Did you watch a lot of their games?
Watched every game and cheered every play, especially when they beat Ole Miss. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, Ron Higgins, TimesPQ.com. How different a guy or a coach are you now than you were a long time ago at Ole Miss when you were head coach?
Well, I mentioned that before. I went to Ole Miss as a defensive line coach and coached those guys the way I coached Warren Sapp and Cortez Kennedy, and it kind of doesn't work when you approach a quarterback or a wide receiver in the same manner. And so I had 5 years to think about it, and really I looked at myself, how I needed to change. And those 8 weeks that we had at the University of Southern California, that's the coach I became, a more mature coach, and I found out the first thing you got to do is let your players know that you care about them. I said I'm going to treat my players like my sons. We're going to be one heartbeat, one family, and the success that we had showed the type of coach that I want to be. But I'm here to be a defensive line coach, going back to aggressive style, enthusiastic style, and get my guys ready to play. My greatest gift as assistant coach is to get my guys to perform on Saturday, get them to go to class, and do a great job of recruiting for Coach Miles.
What does it say about Les to get guys that are former head coaches, guys that have been in the league, whether it be Cam or you or Kevin?
Well, you know, having been a head coach, you know what you want out of your assistants. And when you come back and be an assistant, you feel that you can do the things that the head coach wants you to do without him talking about it. And I think Coach has a very, very strong staff here. And I'm here to represent Coach Miles and his staff in the best way I can.
In-game responsibilities been set yet? Would Coach Steele be up in the box and you down on the field? Has that been discussed?
No, we haven't discussed that yet, but hopefully I'm down on the field with enthusiasm and cheering the guys on. That, you know, that's what I've been a part of. And, you know, you got to be there with the defensive linemen every play, getting them riled up, getting them after that quarterback. So I have a good feeling that's where I'm going to be, and hopefully that's what I can do the best.
It's been said about you, you're not afraid to go anywhere to get any player. Can you talk about just your attitude in recruiting guys and just going anywhere to bring any guy to town?
Well, you just got to go in there with confidence, and you got to believe in what you represent. And I believe in LSU, and I believe in the great system that they have here. I'll be excited, and it comes from the heart. You know, I'm not a big text guy, a big social media guy, but I go in there and find out who's the decision maker, get to know them, and represent LSU, and, you know, being a good listener. I think being a recruiter is being a good listener. If you listen well enough, they're going to tell you what they want, and you deliver that. You know, one of the things here about LSU is you're going to get a great education. You're going to play in the SEC. You're going to play great football, get a chance to be an NFL player, a first-round draft pick, and get developed. I think the biggest thing about, you know, you can recruit 5 stars, 4 stars, and 3 stars. It don't matter how you get there. Once you get to campus, we have to develop them and to be great players. I've had a chance to recruit several great defensive linemen. Not one has stepped off the bus, tore his shirt off with an S on his chest and started playing. It just doesn't happen that way. So I'm looking forward to developing these great players.
You've coached with Frank Wilson a couple times before, and both of you are kind of considered cream of the crop when it comes to assistant recruiters. What have y'all talked about, especially in terms of being together in Louisiana, like you said, with the LSU polo on?
Let me say this to you. I just went through about a 2-hour meeting with Frank Wilson. It's the best recruiting meeting I've ever seen. Detailed, orientated, very, very knowledgeable. I tried myself to come to Louisiana and beat Frank on 3 guys. There's no way it was going to happen. And he's a tremendous competitor. He gets to the champion. He has a great smile about him, a great presence about him, and he's relentless. And he loves LSU. So I'm just looking forward to being part of him and working with him. I'm proud to say that he and I are very close.